Property owners and municipal crews are working to clear toppled trees after last night's storms.
You're taking a look at images from viewers of just some of that damage and what it looks like. We did get dozens of reports of videos and photos from our viewers across West Michigan showing that damage. That includes trees falling on cars, trapping people inside, and those people did have minor injuries.
Hundreds of crews from consumers are spread across West Michigan working to get power restored. Tens of thousands are still without electricity.
They're working to, of course, bring down the number of folks impacted. You can see right now about 53,000 people, 947 outages. And we could see those numbers rise again tonight into tomorrow morning, unfortunately, because another round of storms is headed our way. That next round of storms do carry a higher risk of severe weather than what we saw yesterday.
That's why it's imperative for property owners to clear out fallen tree branches and other damage that could become potential projectiles. News 8's Tessa Kresh is live where people are facing a deadline to clear out damage.
We're going to get to her in just a moment, but first we do want to get to meteorologist Scott Larson on the timing of everything. Scott.
Good afternoon, George and Nicole. Yeah, we did have some severe weather occur last night. As many as about 50 different reports of damaging wind across West Michigan, and it appears that the stage is set for another round of severe storms as we get into tonight. Here's where those storms are currently located. You can see that we have a band of storms continuing to work its way through Iowa into Illinois and Wisconsin. Now, this initial line is expected to weaken over the course of the next few hours, and then we'll see some more storms generate as we get into the later stages of the day. But there is a tornado watch further west of us right now, an indication of the strength of some of those storms. As we look in on our severe weather risk for today, that is an enhanced level. Yesterday was slight, level 2 out of 5. Today that's been upped into the level 3 out of 5 category. You can also see that there's a fairly large moderate risk, which contains portions of Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin. So we are going to continue to tune in for that chance of seeing some of those stronger storms occur as we get into tonight. Time frame roughly between about 8 o'clock tonight and 1 in the morning tomorrow. Here's a look at the assessed threats with those storms. It appears that damaging winds is going to be the primary issue once again, but we could have a few storms that do create some hail or some tornado spin-ups, so we will continue to evaluate that as the storms roll in tonight. Before the storms get here, it's also very hot and muggy outside. We have a heat advisory along the Indiana state line that's going to go from noon until 8 o'clock this evening. The heat index could make it toward the triple digits once again. We'll take a closer look at the thunderstorm activity coming later today. That's in your forecast.
Yeah, we're going to catch that hour by hour. Scott, thank you so much. And cleanup is underway in West Michigan communities that saw some strong winds last night.
Let's go out to Tessa, where crews are hard at work in Plainfield Township, getting that done before the storms arrive. Tessa.
Well, the strong wind that moved through left behind a trail of damage, and as you can see, crews are actively working to restore it right now. I mean, as you can see, there's down power lines, down trees, and thousands are still without electricity today. At the peak of the outage yesterday, more than 125,000 homes and businesses across Michigan were without power. And on a hot day like today, that's meant that people have been without air conditioning as crews work to get lights back on. Consumers Energy says some of the hardest areas are right here in Allegan County. I'm over here in Plainwell, where they've set a mobile command center to support first responders and crews in the field as they work to restore this power and as safely and quickly as possible. So far, more than half of the customers affected have had their power restored since overnight. But with more storms expected this evening, crews are racing against the clock to make repairs before the next round of the weather moves in.
Coming into last night, we had about 500 crews planned for on the system. We have over 600 crews now that are going to be on our system in the next day or so. So we'll continue to ramp up. We'll adjust our crewing across the state to those hardest hit areas and making sure that we get customers restored efficiently.
As the team prepares for that next round of severe weather, they're asking people to be sure to be cautious when driving around scenes like this, when the crews are out working to restore this power. Just be cautious around them. Also stay weather aware, and also make sure that you cool down and hydrate if you are left without air conditioning, because these are some pretty hot conditions we're in, and it is heating up throughout the day. We'll keep you updated on the conditions here in Allegan County and throughout West Michigan, this damage and how people are preparing for that next round of storms tonight. For now, live in Plainwell, Tessa Kresh, News 8.